Hello, my name is Gary Fuller and I work for Elanco Animal Health. I'm here today to talk to you about Skycis and the newly incorporated microtracers into Skycis. What are microtracers? Microtracers are very small iron particles that are coated with a food-grade dye and they are mixed into the Skycis. Why do we have them? So that you can detect the presence of Skycis in feeds at the farm or at the feed mill. Some people may be worried about small little iron particles mixed into their feed, but there is no impact to the animals, to the feed, or to the environment. In the past, the only way to detect Skycis in feeds was to send a sample off to a laboratory and wait a week or two to get results. With the microtracer, you can do an instant test in a matter of a few minutes and be able to determine whether or not Skycis is present in that feed. Today I'm going to do a demonstration to show you how easy it is to conduct a microtracer test in Skycis medicated feeds. We have here on the table the contents of a microtracer rotor detector kit. These kits are provided by Elanco for you. Let me explain what's in the kit. First is the rotor detector unit itself. This is basically a metal box with a spinning magnet that will extract the microtracer particles out of the feed. Also included in the kit is a grinder. If the feed has been pelleted, it must be ground before it is run through the rotor detector kit. There is also a mug warmer, and I will show you how these are to be used, the developing solution for the kit, and a couple other items that we use as we do the testing. There are two ways to use this kit. One is to do a qualitative test, and the other is to do a quantitative test. I'm going to demonstrate both of those for you today. Let's first do a qualitative test. This will give us a simple yes or no answer. Is Skycis in this feed or not? The way that we conduct this test is to use our rotor detector kit, and we need to get a sample of feed. We suggest using 500 grams of feed, and I have 500 grams of feed in this jar right here already weighed out. If you don't have a scale, I would suggest you get a small scale and be able to use that so that you can get an accurate amount of feed that you put through the kit. The way that you conduct the test is that you take this top hopper part off of the kit and you put a small filter paper that has a hole punched in the middle already on top of the kit. There is a spindle on top of the kit that you put the filter paper down onto. Replace the hopper on the top of the kit and then turn it on and it starts spinning. You will also want to turn on the mug warmer so it can warm up during this process. Now, with the rotor detector kit on, you very slowly pour the feed through the funnel in the top of the kit. With the brush that's supplied, you brush any of the remaining particles down through the funnel so that they go across the filter paper. Turn off the kit so that it will stop spinning, and after it stops spinning, you remove the top part. Now you will see when you look at the filter paper that the microtracers have been extracted in a small ring. What I'm going to do now is take the developing solution and mist it onto the filter paper. As I mist it onto the filter paper, I want to spray it enough times so that the filter paper is getting slightly moist, but not pooling up or running away. What I'm seeing on the filter paper now are some red spots that are developing, and that's the dye coming off of the tracer. Now I carefully am going to remove the filter paper from the spindle and put it onto the mug warmer, and it will dry on the mug warmer. Now what I'm seeing on the mug warmer is several spots that are red, which is the color off of the tracer, indicating that the tracer is present in the feed and therefore Skycis is present in the feed. Now I will demonstrate for you how to conduct a quantitative test using the microtracer rotor detector. Before I do that, I want to explain the expected number of tracer particles that you should find when conducting this test. This is based on the level of Skycis in the feed and the amount of product that you put through the detection device. We have prepared a chart to show you the expected number of microtracer particles in the feed based on the level of Narasin or Skycis in the feed and the weight of the sample that you are testing. For example, if you were to test 1 kilogram of Skycis feed that was medicated at 15 ppm or 13.6 grams per ton, you would expect to find 15 tracer particles. Now, this assumes that everything works perfectly with the mixing of the feed, the extraction of the tracer particles, and the detection of those tracer particles. This is an estimate of the amount of tracer particles that you should find in the feed. However, the actual amount may vary because of feed milling techniques, because of magnets in the feed mills, and different extraction procedures. Do not be concerned if you do not find the exact number of tracer particles expected. Now I will demonstrate for you how to do a quantitative test using the rotary detector. The first thing that you need to do is place the small filter paper on the spindle of the rotary detector. Replace the hopper and turn the device on. Also make sure the mug warmer is on. We will be using that momentarily. Now we are going to pour feed through the rotary detector. Note that we are using twice as much feed as the qualitative test. Note that the device will only hold about half a kilogram of feed, so when you use 1 kilogram of feed, you need to empty the hopper in the middle of the test. So I'm going to discard this feed, replace the hopper, turn on the device, and I'm pouring the second container of feed through the device. Now I'm going to take the brush and brush any remaining feed particles down through the funnel. I turn off the device and remove the top, and I can see on the magnet a ring of microtracer particles. This next step is very important. You must very, very carefully remove the filter paper from the rotary detector. I'm going to place it onto this larger filter paper, which also has tinfoil underneath it to catch any stray particles. I'm going to remove this straight up and away from the magnet. And then with the small cup provided, I'm going to brush all of the feed and tracer particles that are caught onto the filter paper into the small cup. Now, some of the tracer particles may be stuck together. In order to get them separated, I run a demagnetizing device underneath the cup in this manner to separate the tracer particles. Now I'm going to carefully spread out these tracer particles onto the large filter paper. I'm going to take the brush and brush any remaining particles out of the cup onto the filter paper. Now I'm going to take the developing solution and mist it on top of the filter paper. You want to spray enough times to get the filter paper wet without having the developing solution pooled into the paper. You will see as you are spraying red spots appear. Those are the tracer particles. Once you have the filter paper wet, you can place it on the mug warmer to dry. Once it is dried, you then count the number of red spots, and that will give you the number of tracer particles in that sample of feed. Thank you for taking time today to watch this short video on how to conduct a microtracer test for Skycis medicated feeds. If you have further questions or need supplies to conduct a microtracer test, please contact your Elanco sales representative. There are other tools available to help ensure that Skycis is used safely in your operations.